Fire signs, welcome to Illuminated Tarot. My name is Jenna. Today I'm here to do the inaugural fire element reading for the first 10 days of April. What does that mean? It means I'm going to be taking a look at all three of you as a group at the end of the reading. We're going to get some supplemental support for your body, mind, spirit, and heart, and also for anyone tuning in who wants support in their fire element. And that's your spirit, right? That's your deepening. It's your motivation. It's your passion. It's your drive. It's your will. And so for each sign, though, prior to the collective reading for the fire signs, I'm going to be taking a look at the overall general energy, what you may not see coming, and the upcoming opportunities as well. So let's get started. Let's call Spirit in and let's pull some cards. Thank you, Spirit, for presiding over this reading for the fire signs. Okay. Let's see what's going on. And we're starting with Aries. Hi, Aries. Happy birthday. I wanted to read, way to kick it off, right? I'm kicking off the elemental series a little early, right? We're going to get some preview for the energies for April. And it's the first day of Aries season, and it's also the vernal equinox. So happy equinox, all of you. Aries tuning in. Let's see. What is the overall general energy? Ooh, 2 came out. I'll take it. Look at that. Wow. You could feel this time period. You are achieving remarkable success in whatever you've been pouring your heart into. Whatever that is. We're going to be vague with this to start, okay? But this is the Six of Wands with the Ace of Cups, which is a beautiful pairing. It's a pairing of feeling your fire energy. It's almost as if, you have arrived at a new year, a new era, which is called a new cycle. And you're looking at where you're at. And you're like, my cup runneth over. I have so much love in my life, or I have so much support, or I'm so hopeful about the future. And it feels like a positive new beginning for you, Aries. Whatever you are calling in at this time, it is a feeling of happiness, love, and joy. And it's a vibe. And it's a sustainable vibe. So I love seeing that. It's going to be a great week where you could feel very open in your heart space and riding a very high heart coherence. Now, let's go. Let me keep shuffling. What are the upcoming opportunities coming in for this time period? Oh, wow. We've got a soulmate appearing that's going to be highlighted. You have an opportunity to deepen some sort of soulmate bond. Now, this could be platonic or romantic, but it's being highlighted here with your opportunity. So there's going to be somebody that you're going to be communicating with or dealing with, or some of you could be meeting a new person at this time. In work or in love, in life, it's something that's meant for you, and you're going to feel really good about it. This person really sees who you are on the deeper levels. All right, and then what you don't see coming, bottom of the deck. Wow. All right, what is going on, Aries? You all are going to you better get ready, because it looks like the start of Aries season is starting off with a bang. What you don't see coming is a lot of happiness. I mean, we have cups with fire. So look at all this emotional energy. This is more than 10 cups. You got the 9 and the 2 and the 1. I mean, goodness. That's 12 cups. You got a little extra in April. Wow. Okay. Let's continue forward here. I love it. Parading through the town, are we? Let's get into some oracle messages. We're going to go into each category. I said I don't need to shuffle this big ass deck. All right. Now let's go into, let's clarify the overall general energy with the Six of Wands, feeling spirited, feeling open. Feels like a new beginning for you. A hopeful new beginning. Oh, I love it. And that's why I'm bringing in a higher octave deck here. This is what we may have forgotten. This is unity consciousness. This is the alliance of the solar system and deep external alignment and deep internal alignment. Let me see if I can get that out. We're still in retrograde, so bear with me if my words get jarbled. But I see it's like wow, you almost even see Michael's sort of truth in this and the light from the sun. So a lot of you could be receiving this beautiful alignment on the path and feeling triumphant. I mean, this is unity. Wow. Wow. I said pull the top one. So this beautiful energy is going to be flooding. Some of you, it's flooding your very body, your cellular structure. Others of you, it's just this feeling of everything's coming together in your life at this time. Synchronicity. Ooh, you're experiencing a lot of signs and synchronicities with a particular soulmate, or you have something that's going to be like everything just aligned. It's like you couldn't have even made it up if you tried. Ooh, there's a lot of magic afoot for you. The beginning of, I'm liking this reading already. Aries, what's going on here? You've got a temple of peace, a temple of truth about somebody in your life or somebody new coming in. It's part of a higher level of consciousness for you. Ooh, I love it. I'm hearing the Police, Synchronicity. Don't they have a song? All right, now let's go. There you go. I knew it. Y'all are in your element. Now we have fire coming out. What you don't see coming is fire. It's like the fire of emotional joy, emotional satisfaction, emotional fulfillment. Wow. Aries. I don't even know what to say to you all, except you better get ready for some, you're going to be riding a high emotional timeline here where it's happiness. I mean, what can I say? I can't get over all the cups here. I don't think this has ever happened before where it's just 13 cups. I mean, this could be drunk on love. This could be drunk on the divine, intelligence, the love that comes from our higher self. This could be divine union with another. You could be meeting somebody new. It's activating so much passion in you. This could be an alliance with someone in work because you could be going through. There's just like this almost like you've arrived kind of vibe here, Aries. All right, now let's clarify the Six of Wands and the Ace of Cups, overall general energy. Now we're going to go a layer deeper because it looks like on the surface all is well. All is well anyway, but let's just see. Ten of Wands, Two of Swords, and the King of Pentacles. Ah, I see. So I think what you're realizing is for a while you were kind of fumbling in the dark and things got harder and harder and harder. And I feel like this beginning of April, you're turning a corner where you're laying some heavy burden down called the past. And this is when we're like, okay, time to drop the emotional baggage, the extra luggage that I've been carrying on my karmic journey. And you're coming out of this. I don't think you realized I think that there's a lot happening for you. Some of you are working on your own business model, your own business plan. You're becoming an entrepreneur. The King of Pentacles, this is either a new beginning with an earth sign, a strong earth sign, where you didn't even realize that this could be a new beginning. Or this is you in your career. And you're coming out of a period of needing to make some important decisions about the path forward. And you're thinking long term. It's almost like you don't realize how much stability and security that you've been building behind the scenes until you start to look around and go, wow. And it makes you feel so happy. You're unifying this, like your fire and your water element, removing the mind and the worry of going into things and not knowing the outcome. It's like I'm not going to overthink my path. I'm not going to blind myself with over worry or overstimulation around worry. You're laying some sort of heavy burden down. It's at the bottom. The Moon. The Nine of Pentacles. And the Five of Wands. I feel as though you are arriving at a new plateau in your career, but it's igniting your heart frequency to beyond unity consciousness, and that's going to bring in. I feel like first you align in your sense of self around your career, and you get stable, and because that's where your confidence is, and then you're going to be opening new doors synchronistically. romantically, it looks like, with a soulmate. Six of Pentacles, the Queen of Swords, and the Knight of Cups. Wow. Woo. You've got something that you're exchanging energy with, and it's so synchronistic. Now, this could be love or work. Take it as it resonates, because there's some sort of like heart opening, and I see two energies coming together and creating new ideas. And this love that's underneath it, it's like deep, deep soulmate love. And it's so synchronistic that it's almost like the engine driving a new era for you in love or career. It's like everything's aligning for you. And no wonder that I'm doing this on this day. It's an auspicious day because this is when the divine feminine, divine masculine aspects of self are balanced. And I'm seeing this here play out. Like, we have this aspect of you coming up with new ideas. This is when we take our ideas and we monetize them, and we actually create abundance from that. And I'm seeing that's probably where this fire energy is going. Let's clarify the Nine of Cups. The Three of Cups. Wow. Talk about unity consciousness. And also, some of you are calling in so much support, or you're supporting other people at this time in such a beautiful way. What did I say? Balance. You have temperance and strength. Aries, there is such a beautiful, magical energy afoot here for you that, let me get a few more here, and then we're going to talk about this for a minute. Yeah, higher wisdom. I am that I am. Trust the process. I trust in the continual, sorry, let me spit that out. I trust the process of my continual evolution. There is some sort of new chapter opening where you are co-creating with someone. Create peace. I am ready to find peace and balance. I think that you've gone through a time period where you maybe felt on your own and it was a heavy burden. And now the general energy coming in for this first part of April is you're starting to, integrate this period of having to shoulder things alone. Whenever I see this 10 of Wands and 2 of Swords, it's really like you don't realize that you were at a crossroads where you could have made different decisions, and you're looking back and going, I made the right decision, because you went straight towards a heart-opening experience, and it elevated you. And you started to invest in new ideas. And I honestly, for those of you who are single, I am seeing an Earth sign or a Sagittarius around you, or a Leo. We've got so many majors in here of other players in your life, which could be just people coming towards you that want to work with you or want to, it's like they want part of your magic. Because you're stepping into this higher wisdom. You could be creating things for people that are allowing them to feel supported and loved. We have this beautiful energy of Six of Pentacles, of being generous with others, with your ideas, and having a lot of people come towards you and be like, I want some of that. I want some of that. And it's synchronistic. It's like there's things that are going to be happening to you in the first part of April that feel almost magical and almost like, wow. And it's what it's coming from is you. Some of you are stepping into a role of being a public speaker because you're being seen here. You're being seen. The Six of Wands is somebody who people notice, stepping into the limelight. Take a bow type of energy, get on the stage, whatever it is that you're afraid to get out of your comfort zone over, which I think you did. And you're like, oh my God, if I had just done this sooner. It's like you pushed yourself to open up and to create new things. And you unified with some sort of higher unity conscious elevation within your soul's blueprint. And now here you are, and you're actually co-creating with others around it. That's why the 2 of Cups is here. And then you're taking that 2 to the 3. It's almost like first it was on your own. Then, you had maybe a partner in crime that came in. And now it's like you're building something that is almost like a circle of trust in your fire that's sustainable. Look at all the birds. It's like you're soaring. You have this frequency of the throat chakra, which is supporting your self-expression and your sense of peace and balance now. There is some sort of beautiful symmetry going on in this reading. It's absolutely phenomenal. We have this major arcana energy here in what you don't see coming, which is you building a brand new way of life for yourself, a brand new frequency that has taken quite a bit of boldness and courage to come into a deep alliance with not only yourself, but with other people. You're building something very powerful, Aries, and it has a lot to do with you opening up your throat chakra and speaking with other people. And I feel like this is just the beginning. This is just the beginning. Let me get some advice from Spirit. Aries, this looks very promising. I think you should enjoy this week. The first 10 days of April, it looks like there's a lot of energy coming towards you that wants to give to you. And this could be by way of new friends, new people you're working with in business or in work. It could be a new love offer, because I am seeing the Ace here and the Knight of Cups here. I feel like you could be meeting either a Leo or a Sagittarius here in the near future, if for those of you who are single looking for love. But I think more so you've aligned with an energy of divine inspiration around your work, your divine calling. Let's get some advice. Six of Pentacles. These are slippery. Six of Pentacles, the Moon, and the Fool. Aries. That's how it's done. That is how it's done, my friends. Your advice is, it's like what you did was you're like, well, I can't really tell what's going to happen here. They told me look at the bottom of the deck too. I knew it. You have a new opportunity to invest, Ace of Pentacles. You have a new opportunity to invest. And it's like you've had to overcome so much to get to this point, but you're on a new journey. And I feel like it's called blind faith, because we have the Moon, which is you can't see. You can't see how much you're in a new beginning where Spirit is giving you so much. I mean, you have emotional fulfillment coming in. You have new work opportunities. We have double Six of Pentacles. It's almost like finally energies that match you are showing up. Not only just in the physical, but in the non-physical. It's making me feel emotional because a lot of you felt alone and almost like the unsung heroes doing the work. And now you're coming together and you're building more community. You're aligning with people who are on a higher timeline, who are joining you. This does feel like the liftoff of a brand new journey for you, Aries, that's full of so many hidden opportunities for emotional reciprocity and endless financial opportunities. Wow. Aries, I hope you enjoyed this reading for the first part of April. Love and light. Namaste. All right. Now, this is where I get a little fumbly, which I should probably be cleaning up. I don't go in and do all the edits. So I'm going to clean up, and I'm going to tell all of you that you are deeply loved. Whoever's tuning in, if Aries, if you're still watching this, I cannot believe the first 10 days of April for you. It's amazing. And Leo, you may be meeting an Aries at this time in work or in love, but it feels really, really positive. It's very positive. All right. Thank you for bearing with me. I get so caught up in the channeling, it's hard to clean up, and I don't want to go in and do all the extra editing. All right, y'all. Let's now get started. Leo, welcome to your reading for the first 10 days of April. I'm reading for the 1st through the 10th. Let's take a look-see and find out what the overall general energy is for you, the upcoming opportunities, and what you don't see coming. Moving right along. I'm doing all of you as a group. It's fun. It feels good. I feel like there's going to be a boost in the readings just because it's all of you together, right? And maybe that's the whole point of the future. We're better together than we are apart. Like finding your tribe, right? Okay, let's get started. What is the overall general energy for Leo, Spirit? Okay, it looks like you're letting go of some old emotions. We have the Eight of Cups to start out with. So this is a beautiful period of renewal and release emotionally. We're coming out of a period of Four of Pentacles that want to come out in reverse, But I feel like you're getting right with something that maybe you held on to for a long time. And it's time to release it. This is your opportunity, is to release what needs to be released, to come out of any kind of fear of holding on to something too tightly. And then we have the Three of Wands and what you don't see coming. There seems to be some sort of pause or waiting around a situation. And we're going to put that in reverse just because I like seeing the Four of Pentacles in reverse, because it's like you're willing to let go and be patient around a situation and to wait and see. That's what it feels like. But this is your ships coming in the near future. So I do believe this first part of April has a lot to do with you continuing on your journey and releasing what needs to be released and just letting go of the stuff that gets in the way that makes the journey a little harder. All right, let's get some oracle messages, Leo, to coincide with these energies. Why is the Eight of Cups here for the overall general energy for the first part of April for Leo? Whoa! Oh my goodness. That was almost a disaster. And maybe, did you walk away from something that started to get messy? Ooh, you are entering a new portal. I don't think I've ever even gotten this card thus far. Ooh, it's a very unique portal. That's very auspicious. So this week you're going through a unique portal that's asking you to surrender the old, to walk away from something. Now we have the upcoming opportunity, Oracle. Ooh, this is dropping any kind of, in order to be an oracle, you have to open up to the divine intelligence. You have to have no agenda, no expectation. You have to be in no time, where past, present, future align. And I feel like when it comes to being an oracle, an orator, some of you are stepping into these roles of divination. And this is when we have to just release whatever release the expectation. You could be going to an oracle around letting go of something, because these are both cards of letting go. This is a direct reflection of I'm holding on to something, I don't want to let go of it. But because it showed up in reverse, you are. So some of you are actually seeking out, either you're connecting deeply with your own inner guidance system through cards, through understanding, or an actual oracle. And it's helping you be patient. I feel like there's something you've been waiting for, Leo. So if you're being called to go to an oracle, to see an oracle, it might be very helpful for you to let go of something here that I'm seeing. Ooh, that one to fly out. Ooh, initiation. You are being called to let go of some old baggage so you could go into a higher octave, so you can become more of the diviner in your own life. Some of you have a very strong spiritual calling. And in order, when you do that, here's the thing, and I speak from personal experience. In order for me to do the work that I'm doing, I've had to eliminate people, places, things in my life so I can have more time to be centered and grounded. The best channelers are the ones that have the calmest lives. So if you feel like you've had a lot of upheaval, you feel strongly, divinely guided to work as an oracle, then Spirit's going to ask a lot of you as far as purging and releasing old emotional baggage. You have to first do the work to channel the work. Yeah. Now, if this has nothing to do with you stepping into that role, you are being initiated into a period of pause because there's something really big coming in. And you are stepping into a new portal at this time where you are being lovingly guided by higher beings of light. We have Oracle, which is, I see Oracle as a higher intelligence. So it's like, let go, surrender the old, because you're being initiated into a new energy. And you have to release the old in order to do that. This is very interesting. I want to get a few, no, they told me to wait on that. I'm going to go into clarifying. I have to know what it is that you're dealing with here. So this is a deep period of release for you, letting go, continuing on your journey, releasing the past. Knight of Cups. 8 of Wands. We have double 8. The Page of Swords. You know, you're calling in love, Leo. I think that you have somebody around you that wants to communicate with you. It feels like what you don't realize is you could feel like there's a buildup of emotional baggage around your love life, and you're releasing a lot. And I think you have someone coming in. We have a Knight of Cups coming in, wanting to communicate with you during this time period. And I think you're going to be looking at I'm getting text messages, and you're going to be looking at them and going, It's going to make you feel a certain way, but it's going to make you drop your guard, and it's going to make you want to like predict. Whatever this communication is, it might have a lot to do with you having to wait for something to come together. Interesting. What is this communication? 8 of Wands, I'm curious. 10 of Cups. This could be around a family situation, Queen of Swords, and decisions that need to be made. There's some sort of like moving on. It could be from, whatever it is, this portal is important. It's almost like this portal of healing around a deep connection in your life, because 10 of Cups is a deep bond, or the potential for a deep bond. I'm getting that there is some communication coming in, and some, be careful with overanalyzing, reading between the lines. I might even have to I have some decks over here around like hidden truth, and I might pull in some interesting energies if I see it. And yeah, that's why I brought it up. We're going to do it. We're going to do it. This is why I like the weeklies, because I can just riff. I'm going to riff here. If I can get this open, my Lord. Some of these boxes, this is probably the most challenging box that I've had. Ooh, and this is a message too. Maybe you've been dealing with someone who's a tough nut to crack when it comes to them expressing how they feel. And you're almost like, I just give up. I feel like you're letting go, but your act of surrender is actually shifting the energy here. What's the hidden truth about this person, this Knight of Cups coming in with the 8 of Wands? What is this person really thinking and feeling at this time? I want to be more than friends. Okay. Interesting. I think maybe you might have turned your back on somebody because it wasn't really going anywhere. And this is the weeklies. They might be real specific, y'all. Okay. So just bear with me. This will help somebody out there. If you are talking to someone and things kind of fell apart and you saw a lot of potential, they may have needed a minute. Let me get one more. This person doesn't want to say the truth. Finding out the truth crushed me. Okay? I couldn't let you get close to me. I don't know. I guess maybe they heard something through the grapevine. I don't know. Leave that as you may. But that is definitely some things that they might be communicating with you in April. That they found out some sort of truth and it crushed them. Maybe the fact that you were going to walk away. And because they really weren't opening up in the way that you wanted. And if this isn't a romantic situation, it's somebody that you really care about. It could be a friend. It's either a friend who does have feelings for you, but it's dicey, or it's a friend who, you started to get to know and you were hopeful that you would turn into a relationship here. Interesting. I'm going to clear the deck. All right. It's like you're letting go, and I think you're like still trying to sense what this is going to become. But this is when we have to drop expectation. You turned your back on something for a reason here. And sometimes we have to do that when the energies aren't aligning. And that's when you're like, I'm leaving it up to divine timing here. And that's been happening a lot during Venus in retrograde. I am reading for towards the end of Venus in retrograde. Wow. This is somebody. Wow. Okay. Oh, I feel like you're testing somebody, Leo. You're testing somebody. Whew. Okay, the 4 of Pentacles in reverse with the Oracle. It has the 3 of Cups, the Queen of Cups, and the 10 of Pentacles with it, which is a gorgeous energy of holding, like you're holding loving space for somebody to get their act together. Now, this could be somebody that you're already in a commitment who doesn't always show you the romance. And they push you away. And it's a pattern. Others of you, you've been dating, or you had a friend, they started to catch feelings, but they started to act weird. I think what you're doing is you're like, I'm here, My inner guidance told me to pull back. I'm letting go of outcomes. I see you as part of my future, right? I see the long term. I'm keeping my heart open. And I fully expect this to come together if it's meant to. There's some sort of divine timing at play for someone to get their head out of their ass here, Leo. That's what it feels like. That's your upcoming opportunity. So the overall general energy is really reflecting on somebody who has to come clean and tell you some things that they have held in. This upcoming opportunity is for you to just invest in the relationships that support you at this time and let go of control when it comes to how someone shows up. And if you had a falling out with anyone in your life, it's almost like you can't control them being at the level that you're at. And that's one of the biggest lessons I think Venus in retrograde is teaching everyone is you can't force people to rise when you expect them to or to show up in the ways you expect them to. I mean, people are going to do what they want, but it doesn't mean that it should take away from you. And I think what you're realizing is like, you know what? Whether they come or not, whether they come back to me or whether they open or not, I'm not going to lower my vibe as a result of that because I have a lot of love to give. And I have a lot of people that know me and support me and love me. And I have to let this person figure it out. That's what it feels like. You're letting somebody figure it out. And I swear, this looks like tough love. It could be a family member, but it's some tough love going on. But if it's a romantic situation, this is what they're thinking and feeling. All right. With the Hidden Truth Oracle. Now let's go into the future here with what you don't see coming. You have a tower moment. And this is what happens. You have a tower moment when you let go of control. I think there's a beautiful spiritual lesson here. You're being initiated. The new opportunity coming in for you is to recognize the changes that are close at hand around a situation where the burden has gotten quite heavy on you. I think it's time for you to let go and to drop into your own inner knowing. See, this is the thing that's fascinating about experiences like this. It makes you go deeper into any kind of wound or anything that you need to heal, especially because it feels like there was some sort of rejection here, whether you're experiencing it again and again in some dynamic that's been longstanding, or it's a new experience, it's for a fresh, raw hurt, where someone's just not being honest with how they really feel. They're not communicating in a way that really builds unity. I see you're showing me what that should feel like, but this person is just off. So I feel like you're being patient, but while you're doing this work, this first part of April, is you're going into this beautiful portal of awakening to your own spiritual truth. This is a powerful spiritual epiphany. And you recognizing that this is not my burden. You're distancing yourself from somebody who is having a hard time letting people in. And it's a difficult thing. It's a difficult thing. Overall, I see you in the upcoming opportunity experience a lot of fun, happiness, joy with your family. I see a celebration here and you realizing, you know what? I could try to predict what's going to happen here, but honestly, you get to a point where you just don't care at the level you once did because you can't control the way people show up. And I see what you learning a valuable lesson in that here. And then you release all of the burden of it. It's also freeing. It's almost like you're carrying this baggage in this suitcase of, will you just show up in a loving, kind way? Because I know what that I deserve and I know what that feels like. And then you hold on to that for so long and you're like, this is their suitcase. This is not my suitcase. Why am I carrying this for them? And then you let it go and you just like completely elevate and be initiated into this beautiful spiritual lesson, Leo. Yeah. And we have let go at the bottom. You're letting go of a situation. What happens here, I don't know, but I think you've learned the lesson. I let go of what no longer serves me. See what else comes out. Feel abundant. I am worthy of abundance in all forms. And that's what you're showing me. I think that what you're wanting is an abundance of the heart. An abundance, you believe in unconditional love. You have people that reflect that in your life. But I feel like someone came upon your path, whether it was a friend or a new love interest, and it was just like, it taught you a painful lesson that you need to distance yourself and wait for something better. When someone comes to you and they are undecided, and they're playing, it's almost like it seems like they start playing games when they don't mean to. So feel abundant here. You're walking through a new portal and releasing some old stuff. You're communing with your higher self. That's the oracle. I connect with and welcome my higher self. And you have a deeply spiritual week. This first 10 days, you're being initiated into a new vibration. And it's going to surprise you. I feel like when you talk to your friends about this come mid-April, they're going to be like, wow, you've really processed that. Like, you're distancing yourself from someone who couldn't get close, who wouldn't let you get close to them. And what it made you do is it made you go deeper inside of you and recognizing that you are abundant when you align with your higher self. I'm aligned with my soul's journey. Yeah. And sometimes we go up against these energies and it aligns us more deeply in our own inner truth. And that's why it got called forth to begin with. So we could be in greater alignment with what we believe, what we value, what we know, and what we won't put up with. It feels like there could be some communication coming in, but ultimately there's going to be a deep healing here. But at the end of the day, I think you might surprise this person by saying, you know, I'll be here for you. I feel like you could decide to be friends with this person for a while and do a wait and see when they come back and communicate, because you're really growing in deep and profound ways, and you don't want anything to be too much of a burden for you. Like I said, don't carry their suitcase if they're not at the same level, the same vibrational level as you. That's the biggest part of the energies we're in, is discernment. 2025 is about discernment and doing your own karmic work and not taking on the responsibility of other people's karmic work, okay, which is our lessons. You're like, I got enough of my own lessons. I don't need to take on this person's lessons. Thank you very much. I feel like you're like, I'm going to get one supportive message here for you, Leo, and then we're going to get some advice. I love it. You're not putting up with it. We've got, I am connected to my highest good. Yeah. It's a very difficult truth. You know, I think this person has some lessons they've got to learn. I can break unhealthy cycles and thrive and change. Yeah. You may have gone through a round or two with somebody who was undecided, back and forth. And it does deepen your connection to source. And I see that very clearly here. So ride with these changes. I think this is going to be a to be determined type of thing, because this person needs more time. And that's the thing too. If something is meant to be, you're showing me. I'm going deeper into my own inner healing and my own inner journey and my own inner work as a result of this interaction. And I'm letting go of control of the outcome, because this person needs time. That's what I'm seeing. I have a few extra minutes. Why not? I want to get, oh wait, I didn't get the advice. I'm like, I thought I already did. Let's give you some advice. I almost forgot. And I think that's what we're going to see with the advice here about the potential for this. By pulling back, you allow the energy to be equal. And I see that's what you're doing. You're being patient. Temperance. Patience. I just said that word and then temperance comes out. They're telling you you're learning a very difficult lesson around patience. And you're grounding, and a lesson around staying grounded in your own energy. With the Emperor, wow, and staying in your own power when it comes to love offers. I feel like you're going to get an apology. I think you need to wait. It could be 3 days or 3 weeks. That's the Three of Wands. So I would say sometime by mid-April, because I'm reading from the 1st to the 10th, I would say give this a little bit of space. If this is a friend of yours, I do think that, or it could be a work situation where there's this beautiful balancing of energies. For some of you, this is somebody who you were just wanting to get to know, deepen. You're not sure what it'll be. Others of you, this is someone you're already with, and they've got a lot of growing up to do and work to do on themselves, and you're trying not to take on their baggage, so to speak, because you've been taking on too much. overgiving in the situation. But for the most part, I see you coming into beautiful balance with you, with the Emperor and the Queen of Pentacles, and being patient and coming across as someone who is open, but also you have your healthy boundaries when it comes to people coming towards you that might feel like they're a little bit more emotionally immature. And that's the thing. I think that you'll be there, you'll be open, but at the same time, you deserve to be treated with the same level of sincerity and respect that you give to other people, Leo. And that's what I'm seeing. You're standing in your power. And you're saying, I'm rooted and grounded and I'm being patient. And you can come forward, but you better come with the right words and the right actions. Or, this may not be something that I will tolerate anymore. I feel like you're towing the line with somebody in your life at the beginning of April. But I do see an apology coming in. And there is communication. Now, if this is someone that's under the same roof as you, there's a powerful shift in the energies where you're actually honoring yourself in a new way. And it's kind of throwing this person off. Like, ooh, my Mr. or Mrs. isn't messing around. I can't get away with this anymore. But I do see a beautiful divine alignment coming in within you during this time period, Leo. Well done. All right. Thank you for tuning in, Leo, to this reading. It's fun doing these, just like sitting here for an hour with each sign in total. It's nice to be here. That was fun doing pulling out a deck I didn't anticipate. All right, Sag, just allow me to clean up for a moment. I'm one of those readers that I'm not going to go in and do all the fancy edits. I'm here to do a reading for you for April 1st through the 10th. We're going to take a look at the overall general energy during this time period. We're going to see any upcoming opportunities. And we're going to take a look at what you don't see coming. All right, I haven't had anything to drink here. I've got my Libra cup keeping me in balance here with some Earl Grey. Let's get started, Sag. Let's see what's happening for you during this time period. Let's first take a look at the overall general energy. Thank you for tuning in. It's a pleasure to be here with you all. Just want to make sure I don't have too much in the way here. There we go. How y'all doing? Happy equinox. And happy first day of fire season. I hope you're feeling it. It's very nice. All right. Let's see, Sag. What's the overall general energy for the 1st to the 10th of April? All right. Woo! That wanted to come out all kinds of ways. Ooh, 3 of Pentacles. So work could be highlighted, or this is also, what I'm getting mostly is there's a lot of personal growth happening within you. And you really wanting everything to run smoothly in your life. I'm getting that. There could be an opportunity for advancement in your career. People at work could be taking notice of all the work you're doing. But I also feel like you're going through a powerful period of growth, personal development. All right. Now we have they want me to shuffle. What is the upcoming opportunity? Ooh, we have strength sideways. So reaching into the mouth of a lion. So this is a call to be strong, to, this is my grace under pressure. There's an opportunity for you to be brave. We'll see what that is in a moment. And now we have what you don't see coming. 10 of Wands. Okay. You're dropping some sort of heavy burden where it's been like this buildup of exhausting your fire energy and you needing to replenish that. And that's why I feel like this 3 of Pentacles has a lot to do with you just taking your time. You could feel like you've had a lot of stress on your plate, a lot of things that are keeping you up at night, anxieties, worries. All right. Let's now go into the Oracle to clarify. Why is the 3 of Pentacles here for the overall general energy for the first part of April, Sag? You're almost there. I feel like there's a powerful breakthrough coming in during this new season for you, where the energies are going to be lighter. That wants to come forward. Yeah. There's a beauty. What I tell you, personal growth, personal transformation. So The overall general energy, I think this is a time period where you need to focus primarily on the aspects of self that make you feel rooted, grounded, supported. Three of Pentacles are the people in our lives that support us. There could be a transformation with somebody in your life at this time that's part of your network of people. And I feel like you're going through a powerful transformation because of it. Interesting. Let's go into the upcoming opportunity. Why is strength needed here during this time period? Sometimes it's a facing of fears. It could be someone facing fears around you. It could be you facing fears. It could be both of you. If this is about a certain individual. Let's see. Yeah. Unconditional love. Wow. You're being called to practice unconditional love towards self, towards others. There's a beautiful truth here. I'm not sure why it's calling on you to be strong, though. It's something that naturally pours out of us. Maybe you're having to give someone a lot of grace right now, and it's been a lot on your plate. I'm not getting like, I just heard Dermot. I feel like you're giving yourself to someone in such an unconditionally loving capacity that it's now stretching you thin, and you're seeing the toll that it's taken, and that you've got to make some decisions to change that. Interesting. That's what's coming through. All right, now what you don't see coming with the Ten of Wands. Yeah, no, it's not that one. Okay, we got a couple that want to come out. What do we have here? We have, open doors and ancestors. Your ancestors are really going to be coming through here during this time period, Sag. They're trying to help you release some sort of heavy burden so you can go into a new journey and open a new door. It's like you're like I said, I felt this breakthrough energy coming in. That, if life has gotten hard for you lately, there's a lot of unconditional love that you're pouring out, and there's a lot that they want you to open up to receive. But for some reason, it's like, I feel like there's this armoring that you're trying to break through. And it's around like having to always be the strong one in the room, It's like there's this softening that your ancestors are trying to bring in for you. It's a softening of the energies. Let's clarify. I'm getting like this calm, quiet, like almost like if you feel like you've lost yourself recently or you haven't felt like yourself, Sag, this is a time period where you're rebuilding that, where you're going through this powerful transformation where it's time for you to put your needs front and center. It may be this unconditional love could be more about you, especially when we're overgiving to a situation because maybe we feel like we have to. That's why the strength user maybe feels like a burden to show up for other people in certain ways. I hope you're giving it to yourself, Sag, because that's what it feels like Spirit's trying to tell you. Are you giving yourself unconditional love? Because when you do, it opens up new doors. And your ancestors are trying to help you drop whatever heaviness you've been carrying in your fire energy, which is making maybe you feel depleted, maybe to the extent where you can't initiate the things that you deeply desire. But you are. I feel like you are. That's the thing. You are. You're going through a powerful shift, Sag. Let's see. Why is the Three of Pentacles here for the overall general energy with transformation? Six of Pentacles sideways. Oh, there's some uncertainty about giving to something. Ooh, Eight of Swords. Ooh, some of you feel stuck having to overgive to something. It's somebody in your life or a work environment. There's something that you feel trapped in. Interesting. It's a mind thing. It could be too, yeah, you're trying to take back your power in a situation where you've had to be strong. I think that you're making some strategic moves the first part of April around breaking free of something that you felt trapped in the mind, that maybe you started to overthink. And it had to do with whether you were going to give and receive in a situation. It was like on hold. Whenever I see the sideways, it's like I don't know. Give me a minute. The Three of Pentacles has to do with what we want to build and the growth involved in that as we build it. So there's a hesitancy. And then you got trapped in the mind here. I feel like you're trying to break free of some sort of mind trap around stepping into your power and moving forward. It's almost like you've been going through this transformation, Sag, and it's almost complete. But there's a hesitancy to just... That's why the strength is here. There's something that you're like... You got to be practicing more unconditional love for self. And I think that's the final piece here. So you're trying to break free of something. Why is the strength here? We have the Queen of Wands at the bottom. Like I said, it's like feeling more like your old self, your fiery self. There's something that has been making you feel like bound. And it's depleting like it's like, oh, I get it. Because they're pointing to the Emperor here. And I got it, the download immediately. A lot of you, and I've been getting this off of you, Sag, for a while, where you are having to be in your masculine energy way too much. And it's so depleting. And that's why this unconditional love is here. It's like, where's the softness? Where's the self-love? Where's the self-nurturing? Where's the self-care? So they want you to go through this powerful transformation by getting out of your head, getting out of all of the masculine energy of all the efforting you're doing, all the holding on, all of the, it's like you're trying to rebuild the way you live, the way you move through the world, where you're less on, I've got to do. And it's overwhelming if you're constantly fired up, right? This is adrenal. I'm getting like adrenal fatigue for you, Sag. And we have the Queen of Cups at the bottom. This is when we push ourselves so much, whether it's in our careers or in our life circumstances, and we don't take the time that we need to rest and pause and nurture and slow down to the point where we are literally exhausted. So make sure during this time period that you are slowing down. I feel like sometimes too, we get so busy and it becomes a way of life. And if there's anything I've learned so far this year is we need the balance. We need to make sure that we have as much action as we're taking out in the world. We need to be taking action to be nurturing ourselves, be quiet, create more balance in your day-to-day, in your schedule. Ooh, you are. I told you there's like this one piece in this transformation that you're having a struggle with. It's requiring surrender and letting go. There's death sideways here in the opportunity. You may be you're questioning a connection as well here, I'm seeing. Page of Pentacles and moving forward. It is. I knew it because the Six of Cups showed up. There's a transformation going on in a connection where you started to get trapped up in the mind. And I think that what it pointed to, this is similar to Leo. It's interesting. Aries had already, it's interesting too. I love doing this because Aries is like, I've learned that lesson and I'm past it. Leo's like, I'm on the tail end. And Sag, it's like hitting you right smack dab in the heart the first part of April. There's some sort of inner child wound that you are transforming at this time, and it's scary for you. You're going deep into this feeling of, I've got to do everything on my own, and I can't let anybody in. Not to the depth that you feel comfortable. So I see you working on this in a very deep and profound way, and it does require courage. It's like, can you give yourself the love that your inner child has been screaming out for a long time? But you've been so busy being overwhelmed or being whatever you've got on your plate to even give yourself that grace. They're calling on me to pull. Yep. Trust the process. Yeah. And higher wisdom. This is coming out a lot for all the fire signs where you're going through a metamorphosis, where you're changing the way you actually nurture yourself. And it's leading you to a higher state of wisdom. Your ancestors are stepping in here and telling you this isn't the way you want to live anymore, Sag. It's time for you to be strong enough and courageous enough to go deep, deep, deep within, to love yourself in such a profound way, to get rooted and grounded. I want to get into this Ten of Wands here because this is the real, I'm getting the crucible of it all. is to let go. You're wrapping up a cycle. No wonder. I'm like, God, why are these energies so heavy, Sag? You're wrapping up a cycle where you had to be head of household or the boss, or, had to make all the decisions. And then you just, it's like, and I see it. I see this armoring up around you because of the things that you had to survive. And this is when Spirit says, okay, you got through that, but then you don't know how to get out of the armor. Like, you don't wear, when people go to battle, they put the armor on. And then when the battle's over, you take the armor off, right? And this could be around even the way you're communicating or the way you are looking at situations. If you're looking at it with your battle gear on, you got some deep truth coming in around letting go of any kind of battle gear that you've had to have on just to live. Because Spirit is saying it's now time to come into balance, Sag, with your energies, with your divine feminine, which is your unconditional capacity to love self, which allows you to unconditionally love others. And I know this, I've been in this energy before, you all. I know it so well, and I'm not knocking you. It's so hard to come out of this survival mode of holding on, and we don't know how to soften to ourselves, and then we don't soften to other people. So they want you to trust the process of the higher wisdom, because higher wisdom is love. It is unconditional. So we have the world here. Thank you, Spirit, for that. And the Three of Cups. Unity consciousness. This is also, you know what? All the fire signs got this. It's almost like there's a lot of mending and repair work and a lot of emotional support coming in from the divine. This is your ancestors talking to you. We are here for you, Sag. You are not alone ever. It's time for you to practice more self-love. You need to nurture the parts of yourself that you're neglecting. And you drop the heavy burden when you do that. You get up in the morning and you redesign your day. You redesign the way you see your life. You redesign your sense of self. And that's what you're doing. You're restructuring. You're going through a tremendous restructuring. Yeah. And some of you, actually, it's because you have not felt grounded at all. They're showing me King of Pentacles in reverse. This is, I don't got it, right? I'm putting on a brave face every day. And this is also asking for help, leaning on people. I'm getting a real stubborn group of Sages here who feel like it's all on them. But Spirit is saying, you have a portal you can walk through where you can drop the heavy burden of feeling like you don't have support. When you do, you have people around you that care about you, Sag, and you have your ancestors telling you so. You have soul family in the non-physical. I keep hitting that. It's almost like they're trying to shake you. Step out of the battle gear. Literally. And end this cycle. Because it is unrooting you. It is stealing away from an abundant mindset when you don't balance out your divine feminine and divine masculine. And it makes the journey too hard. This is when we become the soldier through life. So I see a softening, Sag. This has been a fascinating reading. I'm going to get a affirmation because I feel like you're going in deep into a period of transformation that has been testing you. And it's time to soften. Wow, all these want to come out. Where are we at? Wow, I've almost done 20. I understand that some relationships are seasonal. I trust myself to invest in relationships where I'm loved for who I am. I receive joy with an open heart. I receive calm and ease. I release the need to get over things. You may have somebody that you are supporting that you are not supporting anymore. If you have somebody around you that you feel responsible for, I feel like you're getting the support that you need in April to drop a heavy burden and almost like not have to be responsible for them. This is when we decide that we don't want to stand in the divine masculine energy alone, right? And support somebody. Or we literally have a divine masculine that we're turning away from. And when I say divine, we're all divine beings. But if you feel like, you know what, this is taking too much of a toll, it really is time for you to work on rooting and grounding in your own energy and turning away from the things that take away from that, because I think that you've done your due diligence here. You've done your duty. I think you're letting go of something that's you've been hanging on to, because there are memories here. I think your ancestors are stepping in and helping you wrap up a cycle that's made you feel trapped, Sag, for a while. And you're going through a beautiful transformation. I see your upcoming opportunity as you're right in the crux of it, like I said. And now you're going to break free. Let's get some advice from Spirit. Let me get a shuffle or two. Yeah. I feel like you do have a soul bond that's on hold right now. It's part of your future. I don't know what it means, but I've got the 6 of Cups and the 3 of Wands. But this soul bond that has a potential future has everything to do with you healing and nurturing your inner child. The more you do that, the more you align with the timeline that your ancestors are trying to put you on. Yeah, it's time to let go of any victim mindset and to be patient with this metamorphosis you're going through. Feels like you're going through a deeply personal, transformative journey the first part of April, Sag. It's powerful. I think it's going to align you with the energies that you've been resisting. And it all comes from softening. Ooh. We have the Hierophant coming out. They said take the top 2. And the Fool and the World. Wow. You know what? I'm getting that download right now. I see. You're showing me that you are terrified of commitment. You got to work on that. There's something that you're like, well, if I commit to this, I'm going to get trapped. I'm not going to give to something that actually does feel good for me, because it's going to take too much away from me. You're afraid to get into commitment. But I think it's almost like as much as you fear it, you want it. We have the Hierophant here in the World. I think that this is a big cleanup time period for you, Sag, where you're on a new beginning. You're wrapping up an old cycle where you were being undermined by the obligation of being overcommitted to people, overcommitted to situations, and now coming into balance with you. And now what you're calling in, I don't see this person here yet. I see a new person coming in the near future. It could be, this is similar for Leo, where it's like it could be 3 months, 3 weeks. Leo was shorter than you, but I do believe that you got some internal shifting and work to do before you're ready for commitment, because you got a new beginning, and this new cycle that you're entering into, Sag, that starts in mid-April, pretty much with the Venus going direct. When Venus goes direct, you're on a new cycle where from then on, that next Venus, they're telling me why. Venus goes in retrograde every 18 months. So this past retrograde period had to do with all of these lessons, right? The last 18 months, self-sacrifice, self-sabotage, staying too long in situations, overly identifying with being hypervigilant in your masculine energy because you had to. This is a situation that you decided to get involved in. Staying too long, not neglecting your inner child, moving forward, and now you're like getting these beautiful downloads from your ancestry, and you're doing a lot of cleanup work and healing, and you're no longer willing to let things burden you to the point where you are so ungrounded. You're leaning on your support. You're celebrating the end of a long journey, and you are now cleaning up what you value. I think all of this journey that's setting you on a new path for the new cycle of Venus is, what did you learn from all of this? What do you value? What do you want commitment to be like? What do you want it to look like? What do you want it to feel like? And once you get clear on that, my dears, then you'll know what you want. But until you keep circling around ideas, but not making a decision. So I think once you realize this is what I want, the universe will meet you there. But if you're undecided, all I know is that your last 18 months was not what you wanted, but it taught you what you should want and what you do want. And that's what I think you're realizing, is that not only have I been afraid of commitment and I've called in situations that weren't stable or weren't going to succeed long term, I'm setting out on a new journey where I'm going to embrace Venus going direct, and I'm going to stay committed to my values and my beliefs about what commitment should be. And I'm not going to compromise that ever again. And you are stepping into this new journey profoundly here, Sag, where you are going to be deepening in a you have a commitment coming in between mid-April of this year and 18 months. In the next 18 months, starting mid-April, you are going to potentially find the partnership that you've wanted all along. We're talking about the person that you're going to build your life with, rebuild your life with. But you got to do this important work now, okay? It's very important that you wrap up this cycle. And why I've been giving you some extra time, because it's been a big, big, big walk, a big journey with spirit for you. And you're going deep here, Sag. So thank you, Sag. All right, so let me clean up, you all. Again, I don't go in and edit, but I like to just talk in between. I'll tell you, I got a new bike. I felt like, you know what, it's not going to be safe for me to put a new specialized mountain bike together. So I have someone coming in to put it together for me, and I can't wait to ride, to mountain bike. That's my fun, exciting plan for the spring season, is to bike. All right, now this is for all y'all. This is for all y'all. This is the first time I'm doing this. What a delight it's been to just sink into the fire signs this morning for the first part of April. All right, so this is the fire elemental support. We're going to first go into the spiritual support because you're fire, right? This is the element of the wand energy. I'm not dividing it up by suits. We're going to go into a card for each category. So let's see what the advice is that you need to connect with and soothe your spiritual side. All right, Aries, Leo, and Sag for the first 10 days of April. This is for all y'all and anyone seeking guidance around feeling more passion, feeling more motivation, feeling more inspiration. All right, let's go into what is this spiritual support. We're going to start at the top when I stop. And yeah, spirit, mind, heart, and body. Ooh, okay. So when it comes to your spiritual support for the first week of April, it has everything to do with looking at alternate perspectives. So this is what Spirit is saying. I want you to learn how to practice the pause, which means whatever you're encountering in your life the first 10 days of April, do not respond immediately. And that is a sign of true emotional maturity, is your response time. Now, you don't need to give it too long, but give it long enough where you're not just coming from your initial perspective. And some people, we lead with their perspective alone. So make sure there's balance there. The hangman is a surrendered state. It's a little bit of a period of discomfort. Some of you, I found this time period already reading for the three of you. I'll say three of you. I don't know how many of y'all are tuning in, but I'll say just you three fire signs. That's funny. I said three of you. That there's some discomfort around growth during this time period. We are wrapping up a Venus in retrograde cycle here. And it's deep, deep learning around our heart's path. So the spiritual support this week has a lot to do with making sure whatever you're encountering to pause and to reflect deeply on both sides of the coin, your internal energy and the external energy that you're dealing with. And by practicing this, it's going to help you. It's going to help you deepen spiritually. We're going to clarify this in a moment. Now, the mind support, this is the card that we need that advises us on how to care for our mind, which is protect our energy. You're going to have, all of you watching, you're going to have energies that are going to come in. We all will, all right? Especially over a 10-day period. Your goal is to practice the self-nurturing. This is put your aura in a bubble. You are a force field of light. So when it comes to the things that you think, I want you to envision in your mind's eye when energies are coming towards you, not seeing it as an attack per se, see it as, I did this too. I didn't really like mirror effect. I always, at a younger age when I started doing spiritual work, I always put myself in a sunflower bubble. So my bubble is sunflowers. So when energies come at me, I have this beautiful vitality, this beautiful yellow personal power that is my force field. So you can decide, I'm getting that work here. Maybe create your own force field this week, your own bubble of protection, and do this in your mind's eye and reinforce that during these 10 days. And you might be surprised at the energies that normally come towards you that might be, because the Seven of Swords is a need to protect your energy. But because it relates to your mind and the support you need is the energy will be a greater, it will be softened, whatever's coming towards you, by you making sure you have a protective bubble and not letting it come into your personal space, right? This is actually keeping a line between you and other to the point where you don't let things bother you. 7 is our spiritual awareness. So just make sure that when you are caring for the mind, you're protecting your actual energetic space. All right. Now for the heart. This card represents our feelings and how we can accept and express them in a healthy way. So the heart is all about abundance for the first part of April for you all. So do the things, this is physical things in your life that open your heart. This is going out and getting whatever it is, this is the card of abundance. So whatever feeds your heart, do that. And the 10 of Pentacles could be anything. It looks to me like a lot of you, it's time with friends and family. So make sure that you are making plans the first 10 days around the people that you love, children, pets, friends, making new memories. The 10 of Pentacles is this feeling of abundance in the heart space based on our deepest connections, the people that are in our lives long-term that we care about. So make the plans and open your heart to new experiences with these people. There's a lot of abundance and the flow of love that comes by way of these experiences. So this is making new memories with the people you love. I like seeing that. So set that intention right now to maybe put some things in the calendar that you can actually have these experiences with the people you care about. This could be going to concerts, whatever it is, the beginning of April. It could be just planting some seeds in the garden, or, this is the plans that we make with the people that we love that fill up our hearts. So make sure that you step into these new experiences, make these new memories. This is our tree of life, our web of connectivity. Now, in the body, this is how we should care for the body. 8 of Cups. This is when we hold on, right? The body keeps score. This is when we hold on too much to the emotional baggage of the body. So a lot of you fire signs during this time period, and anyone who's trying to supplement their fire energy to increase their passion and motivation, it has a lot to do with staying in a surrendered state, creating that bubble of protection, really leaning on your support system and making new memories, and also letting go of old stuff, letting go of the stuff that you just, this is, change up the way you do your practices. Right? If this means go and take a different class, this is when we make too many excuses for not putting our bodies front and center, because this is the emotional baggage that we need to release. Anything that's preventing you from putting time and effort into grounding in your body and doing work to move your body. So I feel like a lot of you have these, you're giving maybe some excuses around, which is an accumulation of emotions that prevent you from actually literally moving or signing up for things. Some people are afraid, and I get this. Like if you really want to go and do a new gym class or take a new class, but you're afraid of being judged by others or being seen, then sign up for something at home. But whatever it is, whatever excuses that we tend to make for not putting our body care first, Spirit is saying drop the baggage, because you need to put more time and energy into this part of your life. Because the body does keep score. You need to release and cleanse, whatever that is. And we are in spring season, where we're being asked to cleanse away the old, right? You could be wanting to eat lighter foods, exercising more, walking more. I'm seeing a lot of you walking, running, doing yoga, and just not putting up with any excuses that you tell yourself that you can't or you don't have time. All right. Now let's go into clarifying. I wasn't sure how I would clarify for the support, but I'm going to do this. It's going to be interesting. I'm going to go with a Keeper of the Light. That's going to be your guidance system, helping you with these categories at this time. And we're just going to read the front of the card, and we're going to have this Keeper of the Light coming forward for you. All right. So the Hangman, this need to see alternate perspectives. What Keeper of the Light wants to come forward for this spiritual support for the first 10 days? Whoop. these want to come out. These 3 on the top. Ooh, we have more than 3, but we're going to take them. Downloads and understanding, which you've got to make sure you pause, because that pause before you respond is about getting the downloads. So you can come from a deeper place of understanding. I told you, see other perspectives. So we have Lady Venus, and I talked all about the fire signs around this Venus in retrograde, this 18-month cycle, wrapping up the lessons. And what did it teach all of you? Everyone watching, Venus in retrograde taught us to see other perspectives, to not immediately react, to take the time to pause and see where other people are coming from when it comes to our expressions of love and desire. Truth is being revealed. Deep insights are coming from heaven and the astral realm. So that's how we soothe our spiritual side, is to actually take the time out to get the downloads and the understanding from the astral realm. Lady Venus is with us spiritually during the first 10 days in our fire element. Now, I love this. The mind. Bridget is here telling us when it comes to our need to defend, right? Need to protect our space mentally. This is about having the strength to do so. Move back to wholeness. Recognize that you have the power. Yes, you do. Isn't that a perfect pairing? With the 7 of Wands, with the mind, how to care for the mind is to stand in your wholeness and return to it, knowing that you always have the power to protect your energy in the way you see yourself moving through the world. It's the way you think about your own energy. You must protect it. Now we have the 10 of Pentacles. This is the heart. Transcendence in our connections. We have Lord Shiva. Rise up, honor your inner force. Steps are being given. Dance with the universe. And when you dance with the universe, it is abundant, my dears. And that is what Shiva wants of us when it comes to the expression of our hearts in a healthy way. It's an abundant force of the universe. It is the light of the creator. And Shiva, Lord Shiva, is here to remind us that our deepest bonds are meant to be transcendent. And then we have the body advice around the 8 of Cups and a need to not make any excuses for the work we need to do to release the emotional baggage of the past energetically in our cells, and also to move. Always move. We need to move our bodies. We need to move the energy. We have care and compassion, Kuan Yin. Choose to be loved. Do what is right for everyone involved. Offer a helping hand. All right. So you could be deciding that when it comes to moving your body and getting out there, we're talking exercise and movement, that maybe it's nice to actually find other people that might want to join you. This is starting a walking group, or I'm getting walking for a lot of you that get out there and start walking, and you might actually find acts of service along the way. Spirit's going to put you in the right place once you start moving forward. There's something around moving this week and being of service. And miracles happening. So as you may be meeting new people when you go out into the world, and like me, even mountain biking. I can go to a mountain biking trail and meet people on the trail. And I'm like, oh my God, I found some new people that I really want to ride with. So it's that little act right there. I feel like whatever movement you're doing this week on caring for your body and your body care and the people, places, and things that you decide to do during this time period, you could be experiencing a new level of service in this, of co-creating with others, and also a feeling of miracles coming in as a result. Remember that only love is real. Miracles will occur naturally. Spirit has your back. So it could be an auspicious time if you're deciding to join any kind of activity or group that requires movement, physical movement, move the body, and you could actually have some really interesting things come in line, fated things coming online because of it. So that is your message, all of you. Thank you for tuning in. This is going to be quite a feat. I'm going to do this 4 times a week. Let's see. This was so much fun, though, but now I'm done. So I hope that all of you have a wonderful start to April. It was a joy to read for you all. Take care. Namaste.